Today, we are heading out on an incredible ecological expedition. We're going to journey through 5 completely different, absolutely stunning forest ecosystems. And the amazing part? We're not leaving the borders of India to do it.
And that really is the big question, isn't it? How can just one country hold so many different worlds? You've got these rain-drenched jungles, you've got arid scrublands, towering mountains, and coastal swamps. It's this incredible variety that we're going to dive into right now.
So here's our itinerary for the trip. First, we'll get our bearings with a map. Then, we're going to trek through 5 unique biomes: the evergreen rainforests, the seasonal forests of the heartland, the forests of the peaks and the plains, and the guardians of the coast. And then, at the end, we'll bring it all together to see how they stack up.
All right, every great journey starts with a map, and ours is no different.
This map right here is going to be our guide. As we make each stop, we'll highlight the exact regions we're exploring. This way, you get a really clear picture of where all these amazing ecosystems are located.
First stop, we're diving straight into the lush, vibrant world of the tropical rainforests, places that are green all year round.
You'll find these incredible biodiversity hotspots in 2 main areas. See them here? Along the southwestern coast in the Western Ghats, and then tucked away in the country's northeast. The one thing they both have in common? A ton of rain. The amount of life packed in here is just staggering. We're talking over 200 centimeters of rain every year. This creates these dense, multi-layered canopies, with different habitats at every single level. It's home to beautiful hardwoods like rosewood and mahogany, and of course, some magnificent animals like elephants, macaques, and the incredible great hornbill.
Okay, from the world of perpetual green, our journey now moves inland. We're heading to India's most widespread type of forest, one that truly lives and breathes with the changing of the seasons.
Just look at how much of the map they cover. These tropical deciduous forests really are the heartland of India, stretching across this massive part of the central subcontinent. This is a landscape that's all about rhythm and change.
So, what makes these forests tick? It's the cycle of distinct wet and dry seasons. See, unlike the rainforests, these forests have a long dry period, which means the trees have to shed their leaves every year to save water. This ecosystem is home to super valuable trees like teak and sandalwood, and it's famous for being the prime habitat for India's iconic big cats. We're talking tigers and leopards and the deer they hunt.
For this next leg of our journey, we're exploring 2 forests born from extreme conditions. We're going from the freezing heights of the Himalayas all the way to the sun-baked plains of the West, a real study in contrasts.
First up, we're heading high into the north, into the mighty Himalayas. The forests here aren't shaped by rainfall so much as by altitude.
Up here, everything is about adaptation. As you climb higher, the leafy trees disappear, and you start seeing coniferous trees like pine and deodar, trees built to handle the intense cold and snow. And this is the home of some of the most elusive animals on the planet, like the majestic snow leopard and the incredibly sure-footed Himalayan tahr.
All right, now let's go from one extreme to the other, from the bitter cold to the intense heat and dryness. Our map is now taking us to the arid and semi-arid lands of Rajasthan, Gujarat, and parts of the Deccan Plateau.
Life here is all about one thing: survival. With less than 70 centimeters of rain a year, that's not much at all. The plants are masters of saving water. You see a lot of thorny trees and shrubs like acacia and cacti. And the animals are just as tough, from the speedy blackbuck to the resourceful desert fox, all perfectly built for this challenging landscape.
For our final destination, we're heading to the coast, to a totally unique forest that acts as a vital shield between the land and the sea. You can see these crucial ecosystems dotted all along India's coasts. The biggest and most famous, of course, is the Sundarbans, this massive delta on the east coast. These are forests that literally live in a world of salt and tides.
You know, the adaptations here are just wow. Mangroves actually thrive in salt water. They have these complex, tangled root systems that you can see right above the ground. These roots not only anchor the trees, but they create a natural barrier that protects the coastline from storms and erosion. This one-of-a-kind habitat is home to the famous Sundari trees, and, get this, it's the only mangrove forest in the world where you'll find the Royal Bengal tiger, living right alongside crocodiles. Incredible!
So we've traveled from the mountains to the sea, through wet jungles and dry plains. We've really covered a lot of ground. Now that we've seen them all, how do they really compare?
Well, it's time to bring all the different threads of our journey together and really take a look at India's incredible ecological tapestry as a whole.
This little chart really puts our whole journey into perspective. You've got the rainforest, defined by high rainfall.
The vast deciduous heartland with its seasonal cycle. The mountain forests, where everything is based on altitude. The dry and scrublands, defined by a lack of rain. And finally, the mangroves, with their unique salty coastal habitat. Each one is its own little world, with its own signature plants and animals. It's just an amazing spectrum of life.
You know, seeing all this diversity laid out side by side really drives home what a precious resource this is. It's truly a global treasure, which leaves us with a final, really important question to think about. In a world that's changing so fast, what will it take to protect and preserve every single piece of this intricate, beautiful tapestry?